I'm very happy to see you, the students, back. If not full strength, at least maybe 20-30% of you. And we were missing you, let me tell you. We are very happy to welcome you back in the university. Today, as you know, that what we are celebrating. Before I go further, I would like to give my greetings to Chancellor Madam. She has started early in the morning from Delhi and could be with us today. And then we are missing actually our founder and the chairman of Subharati Group of Institutions, Dr. Atul Krishna. And so the Dr. Mukti Bhatnagar, founder, president. Our dynamic leader, Dr. Shalya Raj, Chief Executive Officer, Head of the institutions, faculty, dear students, and of course the media friends. It looks so good to talk when something related to the country we talk about. Because today is the occasion. We are here to celebrate. Rather, I would say that it is the landscape celebrations which we are having because we are celebrating 21st October, then 30th December, and now the birth anniversary. And as you know that today is the national festival, in fact, because the central government has already declared this Prakam Divas, so it is official. As such, we were organizing all this, but it happens that the declaration from the central government also came. So it is a sort of gives a boost to our feelings that how we should celebrate such occasions. Now again, I will not talk much about the history because I am sure that our students have been enlightened time and again by our chairman, Dr. Atul Krishna, on many occasions in the past. You know the history of people in this particular field, but in particular Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I'm sure that you will agree with me that there are certain personalities like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Swami Vivekananda. Now, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, rather than talking of the history, I would like to put in different way that why we want to remember him, why he is now getting into our psyche. The simple reason, what qualities he had, it is unparalleled. Self-service, selfless service. He, I think, was the only ICS who sacrificed his professional career and jumped into the freedom struggle. An unparalleled contribution to the nation. And throughout, he had full of struggles. In fact, he used to say himself that life is half of its interest if you do not get struggle in life. No pains, no gains. Man, material, and money by itself cannot give you the victory and freedom. It is the motive power which inspires you to do brave deeds and heroic exploits. And here his leadership was so great that if we all know that when he delivered his talk in Rangoon, तुम मुझे खून दो मैं आज़ादी दूंगा, ये एक सिंपल स्टेटमेंट नहीं था. It was what he was trying to say, that wars are not won just by mere discussions. No history is changed without giving some sacrifices. And he could inspire his men so much that they were willing to give their lives for the cause of the nation. So here, what actually he was trying to convey across. Now, you know that he has ideological differences with Bapuji. And you know the history that he told him that, yes, I will go my own way to achieve what I want to achieve. And if you really analyze, and I was, I think I had some conversation with somebody, that their personality like Swami Vivekanand, then Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and then Bapuji. The one of the doctrine of Bapuji was non-violence. Now, Netaji said that unless you shed some blood, it is not possible to get freedom. And to the extent, the discussion came that we worship Rama. Didn't do violence? He has to resort to violence, but over the evil. So wherever it is required, violence will be required. You cannot achieve every time everything just made mere discussions. And look at the vision of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Today, even today, we are struggling to get the women empowerment in the Indian Army. Still, the women, they are not fighting at the front. Though to a large extent, something has been relaxed quite a lot. But here was the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose who raised the Lakshmi regiment independently. Look at it that time, just that is before freedom. So what vision he had, and how he could inspire the women. So he had all these things in mind. So what we want to say that whatever qualities he had, if you look at his life history, the whole thing, how he was groomed and how he developed these anti-British sentiments, because that discrimination was there in the schools and the colleges, and he started things from there. In fact, his father sent him to the London to do the ICS because he thought that he will not make anything of himself. Because as Dr. Shailaja said that his father was, I would not say the pro-British, but he was a neutral man. So with these things, now it is apparent there is a lot to learn from his history. And as far as struggle is concerned, I think you can't imagine a person in distress leaving the country, going to Kabul, Russia, Germany, Japan, and finally succeeding to create the government in exile. And look at it, this here in the importance of the education comes, because he was ICS. He knew that what all is required to establish a government, so that his own currency and other portfolios and other things, so he could do that. And we will agree with me that he did the great Chanakya Niti, because he capitalized on that, because he knew that at that point of time, World War II, that he knew that to whom to talk and how to talk and get the favor from them and establish himself. As Desrajji said, that he has such a strong personality that even Hitler, initially he was reluctant to meet him. But when he met, then what happened, you know that. He saluted him. Because it is something, I think if somebody does with conviction and something good and something extraordinary, then it becomes obvious and his acceptability is much higher. So today we are celebrating this with a little difference, because now we can see that on my back and above there's a tricolor, and right to that is the flag of Azad and Fauj, and in the left to the national flag is a Subharati flag. Now this is something we thought of we should have in proper way, and this being today's national festival, we thought we should keep it here and take pride in this. So I will urge the students to carry forward the legacy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, learn something from his life, and keep in mind that in spite of the best effort, still we have not got the place that Netaji Subhash Chandra would have got in history. He was the first Prime Minister of India, there is no doubt. because he had his own currency, and not only that, government in exile which he established in Singapore was recognized by at least 8 to 10 countries. So, with these things, we learn something for our heroes. Because at one end, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose said that तुम मुझे खून दो मैं आज़ादी दूंगा. Other end, Swami Vivekanand, the sisters and brothers of America. Look at the extreme. But these are the personalities which were unblemished and something they did not think of for himself, just for the country, for the others. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose from the beginning and his sacrificed his life, and still we do not know that what happened when he was flying, whether air crash or not, which I think if we had a time then definitely we would have known from Shri Desraji Singh Ji. But this is still, most of the people feel that that was also, I think Japanese wanted to create that message so that they want to save him. I don't know whether I'm right or not, because I'm not a history man, but this is what I'm go by in the books or some documents. But I do not know the authenticity. Even I was told that after 1948, he was somewhere staying near China border, and he met his brother, and brother told him, please don't come to India because we will be in trouble. So he was there for a long time, and Gumnami Baba and all you must have heard the story. That may be true or may not be true, we don't know. I don't know personally, but this is the fact that he must have survived that whatever air crash we say, or he must have not gone through that crash. So I would like to give a very strong message to particularly students in young generation, that we must learn from national heroes. It doesn't happen by chance. It is something they are brought on this earth to give some message to all of us. I want you to place today that we will follow the ideals of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and strive hard to see that he get the right place in the Indian history and is recognized as the first Prime Minister of India. I will urge in the end to all of you to say with me, Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Jai Subharti.